Hello, welcome. Good morning. Our class is getting smaller.
Yeah, I
That's
think
okay.
it's for the weather, for the season, because in the summer.
Yeah, I wondered
going
if
to the
we were
lake,
talking
the
summer.
beach.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. The beach calls.
Vacation time,
The
so
beach is calling. Come.
not school, so.
Yeah, but that's okay. We're glad you're here. So there may be more, but we can start
Yeah.
because I don't want to take your time as it's 11, almost 11:10, so we can start. So good. Okay. Well, what we normally do, of course, we start with our question of the day, and just common questions, right? And so one for today, very obvious. All right. We could ask. Somebody could say, "What is the temperature going to be today?" Hello, hi Rosie. How would you? Temperature, right? Somebody said, "What's the temperature going to be today?" Or you could say, "How hot is it going to be today?" How would you answer that? What would you say?
90.
Today,
You could say a number. Yeah, 90. 90.
today the temperature will be really high.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. And 90, of course, is a number you often hear with a temperature. And the English word that's used, the category for a temperature is called degree. Degrees. Okay, so I put it like this. Oh, some people, you will often hear people say, "They say," and they're talking about the weather people, right, on television. They say it will be in the 90s. Right? That's just a common way you'll hear. They say it'll be in the 90s. Right? Or you can just say in the 90s is fine. Another way, a little longer, you can say it's going up to almost, that makes it sound more extreme, almost 100, and there's the word, degrees. Degrees, okay? So that's the word you hear. Hello? That's the word you'll hear when it comes to temperature if somebody wants to use a measurement category, degrees. Degrees, okay? So that's just a common one. But as usual, people usually say it in a short sentence. Oh, it's going to be 90, very dramatic, of course, right? But this is another word, almost 100. That makes it sound more dramatic, right? So people will be talking about the weather and how hot it is today. And what I do is I try to learn Spanish as we're sharing English. So help me remember. In Espanol, when you're talking about hot with temperature, it's caliente. See? Now, how about hot when it comes to food? Spicy hot.
Calor.
Calor. Calor.
No, they say cuando
No,
está
it's
picante.
spicy.
Oh, picante.
Picante, yeah.
Now, calor, I've heard that before too. Calor,
It's the temperature.
that's temperature too? Calor, okay. And that's hot.
Uh-huh, yeah.
And caliente is hot. So they're both good.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it depends what you want to say.
Yeah, okay.
You say that the tea is hot.
Yeah.
Calor.
Calor?
El té es caliente.
Caliente.
Oh,
It
caliente.
depends whatever you want to say.
Oh, but you can say weather's caliente too.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
People understand
Okay.
like that, yeah.
Okay, good. All right.
So do you never say the food is hot if it's like
Yeah.
Spicy?
You can
Spicy?
you never say it hot to say that it's
it's
spicy
caliente.
or
No.
no.
In Mexico, another part of Latin America, I don't think they understand, but the correct way this is like spice. I mean like
Picante.
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 O
Picante.
otra palabra, I'm forget the
O sea, ardiente también.
Sí.
Picoso.
Ajá. Picoso. Sí.
Picoso.
Ah, ya.
Sí. Ajá.
Sí.
Picante,
Buena palabra.
picoso.
No, nosotros no usamos nunca picoso.
Because the different
Different country.
Country,
Different
yeah.
country.
This is why,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Pero
I've heard this.
picante is normal.
Picante
Picante.
for food. Okay. Okay. Good. All right. Very good. That's helpful. But in see, this is why English is easy. See, hot weather, hot tea, hot spicy. It's all easy. See, español muy difícil. Yeah. Right.
That's true.
There are some funny videos, like on YouTube, about English words, and there's, you know, the spelling and the sound is totally different. They're so funny, you know. Like, they're frustrating too. But anyway, good. Okay, well, yeah. So that's a common issue and question, you know, about the weather. But those are some good words to know. Hot's a good one, of course, and that's an obvious one. And then degrees is a good measurement. Okay. And then what we do now, just for a little warm up, is I try to say it in Spanish, and then you say it in English. Okay. Just no pictures. You just gotta hear what I say if I say it right. Okay. I'm gonna make sure I didn't do all that. I don't think I did this one before. How about this one? ¿Qué tal vas?
How you going?
How are you going? Now that's the same. You could say ¿Cómo estás? Same, similar. How are you
Similar,
doing?
yes.
How you doing?
Yeah. Not used too much. ¿Qué tal vas? Not too much.
¿Cómo te va? Es más común en español.
¿Cómo es
¿Cómo
better?
te va?
Okay. This, I think, I get this. I think it's España.
Oh,
I think that's España. I
okay.
think that's, and they think they're so good, you know.
Okay.
Right? They think they're the best Spanish, right?
Okay.
Like in English, people in Inglaterra are English, Americana. You know, that's no good, you know.
Yes.
So I think it's the same, and you know, and of course the French. Oh my goodness, they're just they're off the charts good. The other language, no, don't even count. Okay, how about this one? Te puedo llamar?
I can call you.
Can I call you? Okay. And llámame?
Call me.
Call me. Okay, okay. No tengo prisa.
I don't have.
I
Not
don't
rush.
rush.
I don't rush. I'm not in a hurry. I'm not, no tengo prisa. Okay, good. All right. Luego hablamos?
Later.
Luego hablamos?
Talk you later.
Talk later. Okay. ¿Has leído su mensaje?
Do you read my message?
Did you read my message? Okay. Su mensaje, this one has, can you read her text? Her text. Is a text message mensaje? You say mensaje? Okay, good. All right. How about Lego en cinco? Lego en cinco?
Diego.
Diego.
Arrive in 5 minutes.
Diego en cinco?
I'll be there.
I'll be there in 5 minutes. Don't have to say minutos, just cinco, and people know what you're saying. Okay. Okay. Okay, how about this one? Ahí 20 estoy abajo.
En 20 estoy abajo.
20.
Ahí 20 estoy abajo.
Sí, con la lectura estoy abajo.
Inglés?
20 minutes.
On it, I'll be, this says I'll be abajo. This is downstairs. I'll be downstairs in 20 minutes.
Oh, like
I will be downstairs in 20
I'll be down in 20 minutes.
20
Hey, you
minutes.
coming? I'll be down in 20
Yeah.
minutes. Okay.
Be-
Okay. Bajo ya?
like,
Oh.
Right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
like,
Right now.
Get
Almost
down,
be there.
Get down right now.
Yeah. Shall I go downstairs now? Oh, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe a padre.
Oh.
How do you say in English?
Yeah.
How do you say in English?
I'll be right down.
I'll be right down.
I think
Right
that's
down.
it. I'll be right down.
Okay.
Bajo ya.
Right.
I'll be right down. Okay. Okay. All right. That makes more sense. It's
Yeah.
being something. Yeah. Yeah. Instead of the person saying, "Shall I go downstairs now?" That's British. Okay. ¿A qué hora quedamos? ¿A qué hora quedamos?
What time?
we say, like,
What time should we quedamos?
what time we should, like,
Is the problem?
Meet?
meet? Yeah.
Meet?
Meet.
What time should we meet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What time did we agree on?
What time do we agree on?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Another way.
¿A qué hora quedamos?
Yeah.
Okay,
It'd be a bit-
quedamos en qué hora?
Okay, that'd be a better way to say it.
I don't know, but what's your translation?
This is ¿a qué hora quedamos? 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 ¿A qué hora? ¿A qué hora
Like,
quedamos?
what time we say,
What time should we meet?
What time did we say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, this one's kind of even wondering what the time is, but okay. I hope this isn't more confusing than I'm trying to make this helpful. But a la que quieras, quieras, a la que quieras, a la que quieras. Ah, welcome, come in. A la que quieras.
Do
Whatever you want is fine.
Whatever time you want.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Okay. Not bad. Hello. Welcome. All right. We're just doing. I think I might have done this one. So if it sounds too familiar, we can skip it. Mírame. Mírame.
Look
Look
at
at
me.
me.
Look at me. Escúchame.
Listen to me.
Listen to me. Ayúdame.
Tell
Help
me.
me.
Llámame.
Call me.
I hear mothers say this all the time. Dime. Dime. Dime.
Tell me.
Tell me.
Sígueme.
Follow me.
Follow me. Oh, boy, you're good. Good. Muéstrame.
Show me.
Show me. Tráeme.
Bring
Bring
me.
me.
Bring me. Dame. Dame. Dame.
Give me
Give me.
Give me. Enséñame. Enséñame.
Show.
Teach me.
Teach me. Teach me. Okay. Espérame. Espérame.
Wait.
You gotta roll that R more, right? Espérame.
Espérame.
Roll it. Espérame. I was watching a video of a lady trying to help us gringos practice our. She was telling us how to do your tongue. It was helpful, but practice. Okay, last one. Perdóname.
Forgive me.
Forgive me?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, forgive me. Perdóname. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I had one other one here. I thought it was good. Okay. Por ahora. Por ahora.
For now.
At the moment. For now. Good. Okay. Desde ahora.
Now.
Signs now.
From now on. That's what I'm saying.
Now.
Hasta ahora. Hasta ahora.
Until now.
Until now. So far.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Ahora mismo.
Right now.
Right now. In English class. Okay. Ahora o nunca.
Right
Now.
now.
Never.
All right, now or never. That's a good one. All right, last one. I hope I say this right. I was asking. Lo que sea. Lo que sea.
Whatever.
Whatever. Cuando sea. Cuando sea. Whenever. Okay. El que sea. El que sea. Whichever. I guess when you're getting a choice, el que sea. All right. That's like I said. What pencil do you want? El que sea. Quien sea. Whoever. Whoever. All right. Donde sea. Wherever. Right. Right. Those are. I like this one. These are question words. Right. Where, when, who, which. Como sea. However you do it. Let's just do it. Okay. All right. Good. Good practice there. Hope that got you tuned up a little bit. Good job. Get you warmed up or cooled up. Uh-oh. Our signal's gone. What happened? That's not good. It's not good at all. Oh, that plug wasn't all the way in. Give me a minute. I may have to bring that up a second. That plug wasn't all the way in, so it wasn't charging. Sorry about that. I may have to restart my computer here. Yeah, hold on. Lo siento. Or when I say perdóname. Which one is better, lo siento or
Lo siento.
lo siento? Same. Okay. All right, yeah. That'll just take a minute to reload. My battery on my laptop is getting old, and the battery goes very quickly. You gotta keep it plugged in. So it wasn't all the way down there. I should have noticed that. Yeah. Okay, well that takes care of it. That's good. These I'll keep out there because we have our. Okay, here we go. Get it back up. If you're watching online and all you see is a blue screen, hold on. Be patient. I could do some hand signals for him. Battle, battle. Okay. All right. Oh, here she is. Beautiful. Okay. I got too many windows open. Okay. Oh, you know what we want to do before we do our, we have one little exercise before our special mystery guest. We're doing it. Yes, we do. So I do want to hand this out. Let me, you get mine, Rosie. Just hand those out. We'll do a little vocabulary. I thought would be good for today. We're doing different common places. Okay? That's good to know different words. Last week I think we did the gas station last week, so that was good. Okay, here it comes. Back up. Okay. So we've been to the gas station, we've been in Walmart, and a few different places. It's good to know some different words. So I thought for today, of course, where else? We got to go down to Atlantic City or Ocean City, right? All right, and do some different words that you might see here, all right? So let's see, I'll put them up, and sorry, I don't have the lines. I was running late, so I don't have my lines in. So you may have to draw lines there to put the words in, so sorry about that. So for starters, what will we call this right here in English?
Beach.
Well, this part of the beach, this is the, you call that the, that's a part, that's an aspect of it, but a general word for this, and you know, here,
Wave.
a wave is a part of this, but we call that the water or the ocean. Ocean, right? Right? Mainly here in New Jersey, you knew it was too easy, right? Mainly here in New Jersey, of course, it's the Atlantic Ocean, right?
Ocean.
But like Cooper River, right? River, ocean, right? River, Rio, and ocean in Espanol, ocean.
Océano.
Okay, simple, all right? But a lot of times, if you're at the beach, and you know, you say, these people are talking, a person will get up and say, I'm going to go in a lot of times they won't say ocean, I'm going to go in the water. I'm going to go in the water. That's how you'll hear people say it. But ocean, same thing. But when you're there, it's everything, the general word of water is what people will use. So that's good. Okay, and then this is that word you were using. That is
Wave.
a wave. A wave. Okay? And that's what an ocean has, is the waves, right? And of course, that's one of those many words that has two meanings. Wave, you go like this, wave to a person, or this is of course an ocean wave. Exact same spelling, just obviously a different meaning. All right? And then this would be the, yes, but the whole thing is the beach. The beach. All right? The whole thing is the beach. Sand will come up later. I got another one for that. So that the whole thing is the beach. All right? And many people, almost everybody, everywhere else says, I am going to the beach. In New Jersey, no. New Jersey, you say, I am going to the shore. Shore. Yeah? But once you're, like, if we're here in Pennsauken, and I say, after the class, I am going to the shore. But once you drive down to the shore, and you park, then you say, let's go to the beach.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Whereas everywhere else, you just say, hey, let's go down to the beach. No, New Jersey, different. You go to the shore. But don't worry about that. But if you hear people say that, you know.
Can you spell?
Uh-huh. Sure, yeah, sure. That's one of those words too, because it's one of those words. It's what do you call it? What do you call it? Homonyms, where it sounds the same but spelled different.
Uh-huh.
So sure can be claro, right? Claro.
Yeah, sí.
Sure. But this is one of those words. I'll squeak it in down here real low. I gotta get a board I can hold.
Que se escuchan iguales, pero significan diferentes.
Maybe I should do it in
palabras.
lowercase. So that's the word, I'm going to the beach. Sure. And then of course the other one we were talking about is sure.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Sure.
So people say that a lot too. Hey, can you help me? Sure.
Yeah.
Sí.
Homónimo. Okay.
Porque se escucha igual, pero otra cosa es diferente.
So you can use those words in the same sentence. So if your friend says to you, hey, do you want to go down the shore? You'll say, sure, I'll go to the shore. English is easy, right?
Yeah.
Not too much. Sure, let's go down the shore. Right? So that's how it goes. But that's good. I'm glad you brought that up because this is also a very common word. You'll hear people say shore. All right, good. So we got the wave, the water, or the ocean. I didn't put this in there. Actually, I put it in and took it out. But just for fun, does anybody know, what do they call that when the sky and the ocean meet? Right along, see that line? And right here, see it? You know what that's called? The horizon. The horizon line, right? Horizon. You don't want to hear that too much, but it's out there, right? Horizon, right? Where two things meet in the distance, right? Horizon. Okay, good. All right, and then I had, oh yeah, how about these people? They are called safeguards. You're close. Something guards. In English, we'd call them lifeguards. Lifeguards. And they would also, it's the same name for people at a pool. If you go to a public pool, Pennsauken has a public pool over on River Road, and they would have lifeguards, right? If you go to the Croc Center, any kind of a public place, they'll have lifeguards, right? Of course, that's a plural, because there's two, lifeguard. But that's good to have. Like a tragic story out of Florida. I just saw a New Jersey couple. They were out, I think they were on an island off of Florida or something. 6 children.
Oh my.
The mother and the father just went out to swim, and they got caught in a riptide, which takes you out into the ocean, and they couldn't save them. There were lifeguards, and they couldn't. 6 children, and the 2 parents died.
But the 6 children washed?
2 of the children, or 1 or 2 of the children, also got pulled out in the riptide, but they knew what to do. That you don't try to swim back because you can't. It's too strong. You got to go parallel. You kind of got to go to the side and just let it take you, and then go out to the side. Because if you try to fight it, you get tired.
Oh, wow.
So just one of those stories is so sad, but unfortunately. But Ocean City, very good lifeguards. And Atlantic City, they're good. I take kids down there sometimes, and man, they come out like that if they see you.
They call you when you
Oh
go
yeah, they
somewhere.
whistle you. But if they see the slightest problem, it's like, where'd you come from? They're right out there. They're very good. So, but yeah, and really in the ocean, don't swim if there's no lifeguard. Always go on a beach with a lifeguard.
Yeah.
Another thing I heard, speaking of the beach, a good idea, if you go to swim in the ocean, wear bright clothes, like pink or green, especially with children,
Yes.
because they can see you better under the water, even with bright clothes. So that's a good tip for swimming in the ocean. So good, okay. And then how about these here? Umbrella. And so we would call that a beach umbrella. A beach umbrella, right? Right? Yeah, not a shore umbrella, a beach umbrella. You gotta be careful. Yeah, that's good. And then, oh yeah, how about this one here?
Sure.
Yeah, and of course a beach chair.
Oh,
But what makes of course this is kind of obvious, but we can use it as an example. Of course this is a chair,
yeah.
but a beach chair is short, right?
Oh.
Smaller legs, right? So you can just, like this man here, you can just relax on the beach.
This is English class chair.
Yeah, English class chair, very good. That's very good. Exactly right. They're hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a beach chair, so that's good. Yeah, very good. Okay, and then this is what you were saying, Rosie. The whole thing is beach, but the beach is sand. Sand. How would you say that in Spanish? ¿Cómo did you say that?
Arena.
What is it?
Arena.
Arena. Okay.
With like not too hard R, like arena.
Oh, arena.
Yeah.
Oh, so that R is not always that trill.
Not too hard.
Arena.
And another word you to use it like very hard. right?
Usually when it's a double R, 2 R's, you go hard.
Yeah, you do
Right?
that R.
Okay. But I've heard some people how about like dormir? Don't you get a little dormir?
Yeah,
You gotta
dormir, yeah,
you gotta roll it a little bit
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
other little thing, do you have a name for this under the lifeguard?
Yes, that's coming up.
All right.
Or how about this here? What does that look like? What do you think that would be? This is kind of a hard one. Okay, although it's a common word, but that's called a stand.
Stand.
Now I'm standing, but that's a noun, a lifeguard stand.
Like,
Yeah, yeah. I can't think of another word for that one. Can you, Chad? What think we call it
No.
in English, right? It's pretty much what we've always called it, a stand, a lifeguard stand. It has a seat inside of it, but that's where, it's almost like a lookout, A stand is basically it, but obviously it's a word for a position too, right? But yeah. Okay, and then this thing here, oh no, I got this over here. How about this?
like beach towel?
Yeah, a towel, but a big one. Like they spread out on you do take a towel. I should have put that in there. This one is sometimes called just a blanket.
Blanket.
A beach blanket.
Beach
Right, a beach blanket. That's like a big towel, right?
Yeah.
That one, yeah, you kind of lay on the sand, so you don't get the sand all over you. But then the towel is kind of to get the wet off you, right? So that I didn't even think of that one. That's another good word: a beach towel, a beach blanket. I should have put that in there, beach blanket. But anyway, and then the last one I had was this thing here. I'll just put that one up. I think they call it a rescue board. A rescue board. They used to have boats. Rescue boat. They would row, but now they use these boards. They just paddle out like in a flat. They changed. Yeah, Ocean City used to always have these long rowboats, but now they've gotten rid of those. So good. Yeah. So a little beach vocabulary there. If you make it down to the beach. Anybody here like to go to the beach? Anybody like to go to the beach? Yeah. Ocean City, Atlantic City. Right.
Especially when we have like kids.
Yeah, kids usually love the beach. They love it's a big job to get them all down there, but it's fun. It's fun. So just a couple sentences then that you might say related to that was, here's the family together and they are going down the shore, right? So you might say the family is traveling, driving, and another common one is, what am I putting up there? Going to the shore. Yep, going to the shore, driving to the shore, traveling to the shore, all good. But probably the most common one you'll hear people say, oh, we're going to the shore tomorrow, right? Here's a question for you. How far is the shore from here? How far is it, would you say, if you had to answer that question?
45 minutes away.
How many you say?
45 minutes away.
45 minutes away. Good.
2 hours.
Very good. Yep, depends where you go. If you go down to Wildwood, it might be 2 hours.
2 hours.
Atlantic City, 60 minutes, 1 hour. But it's about, the other way you could do it is, it's in 60 miles, right? You could do the time or the distance. And it's about 60 miles away or 60 minutes away, right? So, all right. So now they're driving to the shore. They're at the shore, and they are going to the beach. Or another word you could say is they are walking to the beach. Either way is good. All right? They're down in Ocean City. They parked the car, and now they're going to the beach. Right? So that's good. So just a couple sentences just to give you the idea of some vocabulary related to the shore and related to the beach. So. Yeah, I'm making you work today. I didn't put any of the sentence there. I usually just leave one word out, but I was running late and having printer problems. So.
That's good. You can do it.
Yeah. Okay. So what we're going to do now is, I got another one. I didn't even know I had that one in there. Oh, I didn't put these pictures in there. So these are good ones, okay? There's no pictures here, but you can write the sentences. So here's some, right? This is another good picture. Common picture when you're down at the shore. We might say, the girls are, what do you say?
Are in the water.
Are in the water. So actually that's just a sentence right there. The girls are in the water. But if you wanted to put another verb in there, what are they doing in the water?
Playing.
Playing, right? Good, very good. You can say swimming.
Enjoying.
Swim, enjoying. Yeah, all good. All good. But actually, you're right, Rose. I didn't even think of that. You could. It's a complete sentence. The girls are in the water, but then the girls are swimming in the ocean, or you could say the water, of course, right? So that's good. And of course, these are the waves, right? And you got to jump over the waves. All right. And then for this one down here, we might say the kids are playing. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably the best word. You could say that two ways: in the sand or on the beach. Either way.
I could say with like my little daughter, she say like, I love making a castle.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's great. And they call, the specific thing, that's a sand castle.
Right?
Sand castle. That's very good. Yeah, that's great fun when you're down at the beach. So that's good. Very good. So yeah, that's a good thing to know. Good vocabulary of common everyday life during the summertime, right? So that's good. So okay, great. Well, what we're going to have now is we have another mystery guest. All right. So we're going to ask our mystery guest to come forward and sit on our mystery chair, or our stool. This is more a stool. This isn't a chair. This is more like a stool.
Okay.
All right, STOOL. All right, so we're going to have him come up, and he did give me some photos, but first we will let you just ask our guests any questions to get some information about this person. Any questions for him?
What is your name?
Good start.
My name is Shad.
Shad?
Yeah. S-H-A-D. Shad.
That's an uncommon English name, isn't it? Thank you.
Most of the time it's with a C. C-H-A-D. But mine is Shad.
Is that short for Shadrach or you Shad?
No, my full name is Shadrach. Shadrach is a Bible name.
That's a Bible name. Now, that is one of the Babylonian names. Oh, it's not the Jewish name, right?
Yeah.
But that's the name, the full name in the Bible, Old Testament, Shadrach.
Basically from Iraq.
Iraq. Isn't that something? So, very interesting. How about your last name?
Kember.
Kember. Okay. So we can put that up there too, just so you can see how that sounds. Kember. Kember. Yeah. Good. All right. That's a good start. So.
Sometimes even in English they struggle.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Why is that? With that,
I
just
don't know why.
yeah.
I just say. So I always say, oh, it's like member with a K.
Oh, what do you know how they try to say it? Do Spanish people how they try to say
In
your
Spanish,
Yeah.
but in English they will often want to say Kimber.
Kimber? Oh, because of the EI difference.
So it's a little more common Kimber than
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense. That's a good thing to remember that in English it's sound, not the I sound, right? Yeah.
Can I ask people? Can I ask
Sure,
you,
sure.
Can I ask you guys what your name is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
What is your name?
My name is Alicia.
Alicia?
Darwin,
Darwin?
Pedro,
Pedro?
Kenia.
Kenya?
My name is Daisy.
Daisy?
Yeah.
You already know.
Rosie.
Yes.
Mucho gusto. Nice to meet you all. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Well, that's a good start. Any other questions we might ask?
Where are you from?
Okay.
I'm a Canadian,
Canadian.
born and raised in Canada, in a city called Sarnia, Ontario, just right on the border with the United States. About 2 hours from Detroit. Hour and a half to the city of Detroit. You've heard of Detroit?
Detroit, Michigan? No.
Michigan, yes.
Detroit,
Detroit.
Michigan. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just in Canada, across the border in Sarnia.
But I now live in the state of Iowa, in a city called Marion, which is about 4 hours west of Chicago. If you know where Chicago is, I'm about 4 hours west of Chicago. Yeah.
Good. Okay. So he's living in the Midwest of the United States.
Yep.
Okay. Good. All right. That's good. So he's a Canadian living in America, in the United States. Good.
Canadian citizen, permanent resident, U.S.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. Well, that's good. We got a name. We got a place. Any other info we can extract from him?
What do you do?
Okay. What do you do? Yeah.
So most of my time I spend as a missionary in Mexico.
Okay.
So, yeah, I just came back from Mexico. Was that Thursday night? I was down in Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta. Muy lindo. Puerto
Ajá.
Vallarta.
Yeah, have you been down to?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't there on
Last
vacation.
year.
I wasn't there on vacation. I was not at the beach. No time.
Or on a cruise ship.
No, no time. I was in a little colony called Coapinole. Are you familiar with Puerto Vallarta?
Puerto
On
Vallarta.
Vacation.
Just,
Vacation. I went also.
Mhm.
So, can I ask you guys a question too?
Sure.
Yeah. So, where are you guys from?
My phone is Mexico. My village is Puebla.
Puebla.
Okay. Yeah.
Good.
I've traveled through Puebla, but just mostly on the way from. I used to live in Iguala. Guerrero.
Iguala.
Iguana.
But traveling sometimes to Veracruz or to Jalapa, I would go by Puebla.
Puebla.
Puebla, a city or a state?
City.
A city.
Both. Isn't
Okay.
Puebla? Isn't the state called
It's-
Puebla? Está en cuál estado?
It's estado. Puebla.
So Puebla is the name of the
Uh-huh.
state and the city.
Oh, both. Okay. Okay. Good.
And what part are you from?
Mexico.
The city of Mexico.
Yes. Michoacán.
Oh, Michoacán. Okay.
Did you went any there? Yeah.
Many
Any
years ago, I went to a place called Zamora.
Oh, Zamora.
One time in Michoacán, but that's just traveled through it,
Oh.
or traveled near it.
Oh.
Yeah. Where are you from?
I am from Venezuela.
Venezuela.
Yeah.
What place in Venezuela?
En Cabima.
Colima.
Es Cabimas, sí.
Cabimas. Okay.
The,
Wow. What's
the main city I know in Venezuela is Puerto Cabello. See?
Caracas?
Caracas?
Cabello, no, Caracas es otra. Otra ciudad.
Okay, good.
No, that's-
Very good.
And you are from?
You know,
Yeah.
Dominican
Oh, yeah.
Republic.
Yes. Yeah.
I am from the Dominican Republic too.
Oh, okay. Okay. And you are from
Mexico.
Mexico as well. Okay. Cool.
Good. Okay. Yeah, we got some locations going here. That's good.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. Any other questions you might want to ask him? Shad? Yeah. Good.
Do you speak more than 2 languages? Like, or just two?
Mostly, obviously my first language is English, and then the second language I tried to learn was French, because in Canada they teach you French at school, right?
Okay.
Am I talking too fast, or you all?
Yeah, I would slow down a little bit, but that could just be me.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
So in Canada, it's the law there. Everybody has to learn French at school. So I learned French, but it's the same thing. You can study, but nobody really learns because it's an English world, right?
Yeah.
And then you're trying to learn French. If you lived in Quebec,
Quebec's the big place.
yeah,
Where they
Quebec
speak.
is a province, like a state in Canada. So you've heard of Montreal, and I don't know how much you know about Canada, but Quebec is basically they would have laws there that limit the amount of English.
Wow. They want that French.
Well, they're trying to preserve. They're trying to preserve the French because their young people are listening
Yeah.
to English.
Yeah, yeah.
Movies, music.
Yeah.
So if they don't do something, it's easy for the French to get lost
Yeah.
and English to take over.
Yes.
So that's kind of why you have those strange rules
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. And then I, of course, because I go down to Mexico, I also had to try, I'm still learning Spanish.
Spanish.
But it's fun.
What does a missionary do? You say you are a missionary. What does a missionary do?
So mostly, in the evenings, we would have, most of the time I'm teaching people that are interested, that want to know about the Bible. So we have classes and we would have messages. I don't know if you saw that there's a tent here. So they have meetings every night. So we would do that in Mexico. Not very often with the
Not
tent.
with no tents, huh?
I have done it with a tent.
Okay.
Yeah. In Iguala, we had a tent there, a big tent, and a lot of people came out because
Wow.
they're curious.
Uh-huh.
But then, of course, a lot of it is people, dealing with people problems. Whether it's, there's a rehab center. I actually got a picture of that.
Okay. Maybe we should bring in the pictures? You think that's a good idea?
If you want
From
to.
he has brought some pictures from Mexico that I'm gonna do it with my clicker.
So there's people there with, as you know, in a rehab, you know what a rehab center is, right? Do you know what a rehab center is?
Rehabilitation for drugs or alcohol.
Yeah.
Clínica de Rehabilitación. So, okay, yeah. But some of you are from Mexico, so you know. You already know.
Yes.
So I was there in,
Down here somewhere, right? Isn't it?
yeah, I was in Puerto Vallarta in Jalisco. That's where I was.
Guadalajara, Jalisco.
About 2 or 3 hours from Guadalajara. And then we used to live here down here, where is it? This is Guerrero, so we were down here roughly about 3 hours south of Mexico City. Down here in Iguala is where I used to live. And then for a number of years we lived here in Sonora, in Ciudad Obregón. Ciudad Obregón. Really hot there.
Huh?
Whoa, very hot. Just like Phoenix.
Yeah.
Like Phoenix.
Uh-huh. And do you spend a lot of time up here, or I guess all over Mexico, or are you doing some work up in Sonora?
So, yeah, I'm
Close to-
up on the coast, right here on the very on the line with it's called San Luis Rio Colorado.
Yeah.
Right across from, but close to Yuma, Arizona, about 3 hours from Phoenix.
Yeah.
3 hours west of Phoenix, and also we sometimes go up into up to Tijuana. Tijuana. Yeah. What's that? Yeah, Baja California. But there's, and sometimes I go over here to Cancun, in Quintana Roo, over here. Yeah, so different spots, but there's lots of places I haven't been yet. Yeah.
So you visit these different places preaching from the Bible.
Yeah, do church
To
planting,
individuals.
preach the Bible, preach the gospel, and then a lot of the time when I'm not doing meetings, I'm working with people problems. So whether it's an individual person, whether it's a marriage, like a marriage that has problems, whether it's kids, just stuff like that. So, but it's kind of, I like the rehab center was very interesting because we go there every Saturday, and we have an hour that they let us come in, and there's all the people there, and people of all different ages, right, most of them with their drug problems, right? But what's really cool is when some of them in those circumstances have a real thirst for God, for the Bible, and they have lots of questions, and they're really, to see some come out of that and get free from it, and also to truly get saved and come to know the Lord Jesus personally, and then to see. So last night I got good news. There was a fellow there, we call him Bamboo, because he's so tall, skinny. He's tall.
Like a bamboo stalk.
He's like 19, yeah. And his grandma was really worried about him because and it's a very sad story. Ever since he was like 8 years old, his mom and dad still, and they had him doing drugs. His mom and dad taught him how to do drugs, like got him into drugs. And anyways, but the grandma got him, he escaped from the rehab. He did not want to be there. And then she got him to take a cake. There was somebody there at the rehab, it was their birthday. So she tricked him and said, I need you to take the birthday cake to the rehab. So he took the birthday cake to the rehab. And of course they grabbed him and put him in there. But it worked. It worked.
Wow.
And he was in there, I forget for how many months. And then he got out. And the nice thing is there was another guy named Pablo who also was in there. Pablo's like 40 years old. And Bamboo, or Alejandro, is only like 19. So he immediately took him. And took him to work every day, had him with him working, as acting like a dad, is being like a father to him. You know what, you understand?
Yes.
I don't want to talk too fast.
No,
That's
it's
fine.
good.
Okay, so that's very, very helpful, right? And he has been coming to the meetings. He was coming to the meetings where I just was in PV now, and listening very closely. And he just last night. I have a colleague who lives in where are we here? Who lives in Guadalajara, and he goes back and forth to PV. We call it PV. We call it Puerto Vallarta. In English, we always call it PV.
Oh.
It's easier to say. So PV. So he goes back and forth from Guadalajara, like 3 hours or so every weekend, and helps there at the meetings. Anyways, so he's there now, and Bamboo told him last night that he said, I just got saved at home.
Wow.
Reading Isaiah 53 and verse 6.
Wow. Very nice.
So
Yeah.
if that's true, wow,
Yeah.
that would be amazing.
Yeah. Very nice.
So that kind of thing. Yeah.
Very good. Well, Shad gave me some other pictures. Maybe we can go through those. And if you have any other questions as we go, feel free. He knows a lot. You can bring anything you can ask him. But he gave me some pictures that he has in his file here, so I just put them
Oh, okay. So this was a place called in Morelos. I don't know if you're familiar with Morelos.
My husband
Oh, okay.
from Morelos.
Oh,
Ah.
well, this is in Los Arcos. Los Arcos.
Los Arcos de Morelos.
Uh-huh. Not too far from Huacalco, from Cuautla, from Cuernavaca.
Es Cuernavaca, Morelos. Right?
Cuernavaca is Morelos as well. And so I had 3 weeks of gospel meetings there, and meeting the people and talking to the people and so on. We can go to another spot. So, this is still at Los Arcos. This is my colleague,
Just on the inside of you now.
David,
Inside of that
inside
building.
the building. Yeah. So there's some of the people there. And this is over in Tijuana, and this is my colleague. He lives in Phoenix, but he comes and travels to Tijuana about once a month or every 2 months to try to do, because there's some people at a house there, and they want somebody to talk to them about the Bible, and also talk to the kids. So he's really good. He gives a lesson to the kids. That's what he's doing right now. He's giving a story to the kids from the Bible, and he's teaching them. He's teaching them a verse from the Bible.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's way over in Tijuana. Yeah. Tijuana is very high in the murder.
Oh.
The rates of murder. I forget how. It's like one of the highest cities in the world for murder rates.
Oh no.
But we never felt
No problem.
any danger.
Yeah.
You know? But maybe we didn't see. Maybe we didn't see. This is over in Cancun. This is in Cancun, and this is Timothy. He's actually from Venezuela.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh.
Wow.
Has an accent like from Venezuela, you know?
Oh, and in Spanish, you can hear the Venezuelan accent?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And, but his wife is from Canada. And I know her family. And so, yeah.
Very nice. Well, Venezuela.
And this is in PV. This last just a week ago, and he came from Guadalajara. He is a professional artist, and so while he was helping in PV, there's a little house we were staying at. So he was busy doing this painting off of a picture. Someone had. That's what he does. He's a professional artist. So he was doing that while in any spare time that he had while he was there. He only had 2 days he could give me, so he came across and gave 2 days, and then at night he gave messages on the Bible. On the Bible. Yeah.
Good.
So he's good. This is in Morelos and Los Arcos. It was a very sad occasion. There was a 17-year-old boy, and he passed away from cancer.
Oh,
And why it was sad was, it was sad just on its own, but it was also sad because his brother just 2 months ago was killed in an accident on the side of the road. And they only had 2 sons. The couple only had 2 sons.
Wow.
So it was very sad, but it was a very wild, stormy day, and we were up in the hills, and there was a lot of wind, and it was pouring rain, and there was lightning,
Truenos.
yeah, tornadoes,
Rayos.
rayos.
Red line, right?
Uh-huh.
Rayos.
Yeah, I thought I thought like they did have a tarp,
Yeah, yeah.
Una
but they had a steel post.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tall
yeah.
steel post, which is an attraction for lightning, right?
Yeah.
There was just one. There was one that came very close. You could hear the wood. It hit
Oh.
a tree,
Oh.
and the wood was flying. But thankfully, nothing happened. But so this is something that's also different. I don't know. Have you been to a funeral in Canada or England or in the States? So for us, like that are used to, this would be very unusual. It would not be common to have the casket at a person's house. Sometimes they do, but not usually.
No.
Down there, it's normal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's normal in Latin
Yeah.
America.
Is it?
Is it?
Down there
It's
too?
normal.
Okay, and then here, when we got there, the mother came out and she said, "There's some people from another church. They're in here right now doing a service." Okay. She said, "When they're done, we want you people to speak as well, please." So we said, "Okay, you can try." So the people in there finished their message, and then they came out, and then the lady said, "Could you give us a hand and we'll bring the casket outside?" So we brought the casket out. The weather calmed down, it stopped raining, everything was quiet. And then she asked us to sing and to speak. So we sang some songs, and then there was 3 of us gave messages. Okay? And then we're done, and we're just all standing there. And then they said, "Here's another group." So another group came, and they sang, and then another man spoke.
Wow.
So there was 3 different groups that all gave messages, and everybody thought it was normal. Like nobody was, nobody complained. Now, if you did that, at least from Canada, everybody would be upset. Everybody would be complaining. Too long, too much, what, they would, I could just hear, in Canada they would say, "What are they doing?"
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's such a more openness in at least in Mexico. I don't know about in other countries, but in Mexico, many times there is much more openness. There is much more of the fear of God, more respect for God.
Yeah.
More respect for God than I find in Canada or in
Yeah.
the States. I mean, there's exceptions in Canada and the States too, but quite often that is a difference. So I'm sitting there at this, and they brought around some panes,
Something to eat.
some
Yeah.
panes, some
Some treats.
sweetbreads, like
Yeah, the
Yeah.
panes. The panes is sweet bread.
and
Pan dulce.
pan dulce.
Pan dulce.
And cafe, really good cafe.
Yeah, coffee.
It was good. It was good.
Is the food para
What's that?
Is the food for memory?
Oh,
For a memory,
Yeah.
you say?
that's why they use that.
Coffee and sweet.
Same thing in Venezuela?
Yeah, man.
And the body stays in the house for 1 or 2 or 3 days, and people come and visit.
Just
or
the
no?
one, it would be there on that day.
Oh.
And I think that night maybe? I don't know what that.
One night.
One night.
One night.
One night.
All
Yes.
night.
The dad is maybe today is staying at home,
Okay.
and
And tomorrow morning.
tomorrow morning
Oh.
I
I
go
go
for the
to church.
church.
And
And
the
the
church,
church
you go cemetery.
go so
Uh-huh.
the
Does the service?
yeah
Oh.
Okay. And then they go to the
Cemetery.
cemetery.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a happy English word, but that's a casket.
Yeah, the
Casket,
So
yeah.
For us, like body, the body.
Mhm. Yeah.
Or we would also say coffin.
Coffin, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Coffin, Mexico.
O caja de muerto.
Caja de muerto.
Cajón.
Cajón.
No se dice la
Cajón.
palabra
Cajón.
Ataúd.
Ataúd.
Eso, es lo que andaba buscando.
Ataúd, cajón.
Normalmente decimos la caja.
Sí, así.
Yeah.
Era.
La caja, sí.
Caja.
Oh yeah. Casket. Coffin. And sometimes we crack a joke because this sounds like toast.
Yeah.
Coffin.
Yeah, yeah. My mom used to have a saying when she coughed a lot. She'd start coughing, and she would say, "It wasn't the cough that carried her off; it was the coffin they carried her off in." Don't worry about that. Shouldn't be laughing at it. That is a sad story, though, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
Wow. Very sad. Wow. Well, very good. Well, I think there's a few more pictures that he has. Oh, I guess not. Was that the last one?
I don't know what.
Yeah, I guess that was. That was the last picture I had of your pictures. So, any other questions for Shag about anything? Yeah.
So, should I tell them why I'm here or?
Yes, that'd be a great. We asked the question before. Yes, that's why are you in New Jersey? That's a great question.
So I wish I was home, but anyways. So do you guys know Pete? He is a doctor here, Pete Higgins.
The preacher too.
He hasn't been down. I think
The Spanish.
some may know him. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Well, anyways, so he asked if I would come for a week. So the tent meetings has been on for 3 weeks in English, but then starting tomorrow, we're going to have meetings in upstairs for 1 week in Spanish, in my Spanish de gringo. No.
So if you want to come and see if his Spanish is good.
So yeah, any help you can give me, that'd be great. Yeah, any corrections. So, but that's another thing, another difference I like, is that like I find in Mexico, if I make mistakes, I'm sure I must make, crazy mistakes, right? Sometimes, and funny mistakes. But the people are like really patient. They're great to correct me or help me if I'm making a mistake, and they're very patient, very patient.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So
good.
I like it.
So you'll be preaching the same message here as you would in Mexico? Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
each day, just for this week, and then I have my ticket to leave not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow. That's another thing. You know what they say in Mexico? I don't know if they say that in Dominican Republic or not, but in Mexico they say tomorrow en 8 días.
De mañana en ocho.
De mañana en 8.
Like, you're gonna leave like el otro domingo.
Yeah. So we would never say that in English. We would always say a week from tomorrow, and a week is 7 days. So a week from tomorrow.
Oh.
week after
Uh-huh.
tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, people will ask me, so when are you leaving? I say, oh, I leave in a week from tomorrow. But at least in Mexico, it's normal to say, mañana 8 días. O hace 8 días yo andaba por ahí. So that's a little curious thing.
Yeah.
Different, something different.
Yeah, it reminds me when, when you ask how old are you in English, but in Spanish it's how many years do you have? Basically in Spanish, that's what you're saying, right? How many years?
¿Cuántos años tienes? Es lo que dice.
¿Cuántos años?
How many years do you have?
Yeah.
So a little different there.
Yeah.
But
In English.
yeah, how old are you? Yeah.
In English I am, in Spanish como ya
I
I
have.
have.
Oh, so you're saying I have whatever years you have.
Yeah, you don't say it. You don't
Yeah.
say I am. Yo soy.
Oh, so you don't say that. No, I am this many years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. In English, we would say that. I am 15. But you don't. I have 15 years. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah.
Same thing in French, you know. She's saying
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah. That's very good. Very good.
So my wife's name is Deborah. We just say Debbie.
Deborah?
So short form for Deborah is Debbie. Yeah. And we have 9 children.
Do you hear that?
And they are all married.
Wow.
And we are expecting in July grandchild number 25.
How about that?
Family.
And in November or December, grandchild number 26.
Woo!
So,
Wow.
in July it will be our youngest daughter's first baby.
Wow.
So our youngest daughter is 27, and she's going to have her first baby
Wow.
in July.
So,
Today my wife is at a baby shower for our daughter-in-law who's going to have a baby in November or December.
Okay.
do all your children live in United States or Canada or both?
So I have, let me see, I have 5 living in the States, and I have 4, my wife and I have 4 living in Canada.
Canada.
3 live in Ontario, province of Ontario, and another son lives in Saskatchewan. Have you heard of Saskatchewan? Saskatchewan is out towards the west of Canada. Saskatchewan.
Wow.
Yeah. And then 4 of our kids live in Iowa, where we are,
Oh.
and 1 son lives in Michigan. Yeah. So,
Wow. Very nice.
yeah. La tribu está creciendo.
Pero mucho.
That's great. Well, I'm glad you said that. That's good point too to know. Good.
So
good
when
in-
you travel to do your work, your wife, she's going with you or you going with
That's a good question.
Okay, so my wife went with me to Los Arcos, to Morelos, because she's really good friends with Anna, the people that we were with. And so my wife doesn't like to go unless she can work at something. Like if there's a family that
Be
needs.
involved in something like
Yeah,
Mhm.
she doesn't want to sit. She doesn't want to sit around. Sit around. It's another expression we use for just sitting around doing nothing.
do nothing.
Relaxing.
Yeah, because she has got lots to do at home, and she sometimes works at old folks' home. Old folks' home, you know, like people.
Retirement home.
People that are retirement or in the tercera edad.
La tercera edad, sí. Ujú.
What do you call that home?
Como asilo.
Asilo.
Yeah.
That's the word. Yeah. So she works there at times in Marion.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah. Nice to meet you all. So Rosie and
Alicia.
Alicia. Otra vez.
And Darwin.
Darwin y Pedro.
Pedro.
Ah,
Europe.
Is the country?
Yeah, let's see. African countries, like take a minute.
Daisy, right?
Daisy.
And what did you
The
say?
K, like Kember.
Okay.
Like Kember. Starts with a K.
Okay.
Oh, Kenya.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Close call.
That's very good. Oh, that's great. That's great. And certainly everybody's invited if they want to come. And what time are the meetings that you have in Spanish? There'll be
7:30.
so there'll be a Spanish one tomorrow too.
There's there's the one tomorrow is at 1:30, in case you want to come. 1:30. But during the week it's 7:30. 7:30 for an hour. Or
1
less.
hour or less, 45 minutes or 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
And we use a large cartográfica, and that helps to explain. And I also sometimes like to use a pizarrón, like a whiteboard, to kind of explain myself too, because it's easier to
More clear.
Yeah.
More clear.
to make it more clear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
lots of
Great.
Very nice to meet you all.
Yeah, that's great. I had the other part of my lesson I'll save for next week because it's past 12 o'clock, so we don't want to keep you long. But no,
Yeah.
you know, we're glad you
Okay.
spoke and get good questions
So,
too.
out of curiosity, can I have one more question? Yeah. So, how long have you been here in the States, like, and learning English?
Um,
3 weeks. Here?
here
Three,
or
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
No, how long you have been in the
They knew before.
Oh, okay, but how long have you been in the States, living in the
United
States?
Ah,
and
10 months.
10
I
months.
have
10 months. 10 months.
Yeah.
Wow, you have good English.
Did you know English in Dominican? Did you
No,
learn?
no,
Yeah, because
no.
you're very good.
Huh.
Yeah.
And
I've been here for 10 years.
Wow. Yeah, your
Yeah.
English is good too. All their
I
English.
studied English at Hispanic Family Center.
okay,
Very good.
excellent.
Very good.
Yeah, all you guys are talking good English. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been here in the United States like 30 years.
30 years.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
My English is broke.
Okay.
It's not correct. But
So every little bit helps, though, right?
yeah,
To
just
learn.
I
Yeah.
understand.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot of
No
it.
problem.
But speak is like
Yeah.
little too hard.
Yeah. No, you do good.
I understand. Yeah.
Wow.
Very good. Very good.
And Darwin?
1 year.
1 year.
1 year.
Good.
Did you know English before you came? No? Wow.
Good. Very good.
That'd be hard.
And
For me, it's living here is 20 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
My English is 70 for my husband. I say, I'm more. I need more learning.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. 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 That's
I
good.
understand. It's not practical. Yeah, not practical.
Yeah.
Because I work for the dry cleaner.
Oh.
Yeah, and only working and finish, I go for the home. Yeah, that's it.
So you don't talk to many
No.
people. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to practice.
Is your boss at the dry cleaners talk Spanish?
No,
No.
my boss is from Korea.
Oh, Korea. Wow.
Ah,
Interesting. Wow.
yes. And how long?
like 16 years.
16.
Yeah.
Wow. My wife finds Spanish very hard. She is so frustrated and she's so embarrassed. If she was here, she would not want to talk. But she tries so hard every day. She's actually trying
What?
with Duolingo.
Yeah.
Duolingo?
I
That's Yeah, she's doing that. She does that all the time. You know?
It's easy.
Yeah.
My wife is also competitive, so I guess there's different levels that you can go in
Yeah,
Duolingo.
the levels is.
Yeah.
You can compete with other people.
My
Yeah.
daughters, they have been too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It all helps. It's all good.
Yes.
It's all very good.
Nice
so.
to meet you all.
Yes. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so
Great
much.
to have you.
Good to
Great.
see you all.
Yep. Very good.